Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. With me today, as always, over in the command center is, well, really, he's the brains behind this whole outfit. He's the guy who makes it all happen. It's my husband, Bill Gortimer.
And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching us from, or if you're watching us on Team Replay, welcome from Southern New Jersey. And it's 85 degrees and bright out for a change.
Once again, instead of opening by shaking a cocktail, I'm going to make it for you. Today, it's all about white foods, and the theme is white, so we're going to start with a white Cosmo. Here we go. Starts with citrus vodka. I'm going to be doubling this recipe, so the recipe up there makes one drink, and I'm going to be doubling it. So, 4 ounces, I don't know how many mils offhand. 120 mils. As I look at my own notes. This is citrus vodka. Very important for a Cosmo. At least a good Cosmo, I think. Next up is one of my most favorite things. This is Elderflower liqueur, and Saint Germain is really one of the best ones to get. For this, we're going to need 1 ounce, 30 mils. I love this stuff, even just with plain gin. It's delicious. Now, Cosmos are made of cranberry juice. We're going to be using white cranberry. So I'm going to need 2 ounces, 60 mils. There we go.
And of course, we can't be making a cocktail without showing the logos of our other friends who make cocktails.
Right.
Velveteen Lounge and PTV Live.
And I know Velveteen Lounge and Pepper Tree Villa have used elderflower liqueur too. It's just delicious. All right, you know what time it is. I know what time it is, so let's get to it. It's time for the Shaky Shaky. Here we go. That's a workout. Let's see if I can get this off. There we go. Again, some chilled glasses. I'm going to double strain because I don't want any of those pesky little ice crystals. Or do you want ice crystals, dear?
No, because you're going to squeeze lemon in it.
True. Don't give away the farm.
Well, we can. It's right there. It says right on screen.
Yes,
Squeeze a lemon.
Look at that. That is certainly white. And yes, I'm going to give, get that pip out. Little squeeze of lemon. Right in. All right, dear, you want to come have a taste?
I'm wearing the casual look today.
Yes.
Available in our store. It's sweet, but the elderflower keeps it from being too sweet.
And the lemon.
I wouldn't mind a hair more elderflower.
Oh.
Just a swizzle. I'll start with my pinky. Make it look elegant.
That'll make it even sweeter, dear. As Joan Rivers would say. All right. All right, go away. So,
go away? Thanks.
When you get back to your command center, the big long commute you have, do you have any PSAs? Do you want to get started with who's coming in, who's here?
I don't have any PSAs, but let's see who's in. And I see we got lots of weather reports. So, let's scroll back here. Of course, we have Hank checking in. And it's no longer over 100, 89, so yeah. Porch weather, Hank, finally.
Yeah.
And we want to thank Hank. He's one of our members. Keith from Pottstown.
Hi, Keithy.
At 85, we got Mark, and I can finally say his last name, Raniello.
Raniello, yes.
North Jersey, warm skies. We have our Pepper Tree Villa boys in, saying hello, Doug and Arnie.
Hi, guys.
Let's see, we've got Janet in.
Hi, Janet.
The guys are unpacking the boxes with the tiny totes. So kudos to you guys for putting every single ornament back in its original box. We actually put them in Ziploc bags by
Well,
organization.
some of them, my Hallmark ones, all do go in their original boxes, but the other ones get grouped differently. And guys, in Pepper Tree, Mark says, "Hey, my deck cold beverage spend day declaring craft from my basement." Good. Pepper Tree boys, I want to know how your QR code system has worked for you this year, opening up. Okay.
And Ben is in,
Hi,
and he
Ben.
says it's 73 in
Hi,
Oakland.
Ben and Sherry.
And thank you.
she's
Ben
there.
is also a member of
Yep.
the channel, along with Mark. Whoops.
And
Where's
Hank.
Mark? I got him
Mark
in here
and
somewhere.
Hank.
There we go. Mark.
All right.
Oh, and Tim is in. Pour you one. I
Hi,
think we
Tim.
actually made you one at some point.
Not a white Cosmo. And it makes me think when we open camp next year, I think I want to mess with everyone in one weekend. Do
Do
a
the
big
machine
batch.
full of white
Yes.
Cosmos.
Yes.
Oh, the cost of the Saint Germain, though, would kill us.
Oh, that's true. That
Yeah,
is
the
true.
Saint Germain is $40 a bottle, so
That's true.
we may have to rethink that one. I mean, I love these people, but there is a practical limit.
Not that much. All right, so may I get cooking?
Sure.
All right, yay. Okay, so all about white today. Now, the little poster said, simple, clean, blah, blah, blah. Well, simple, maybe. Clean, yeah, but delicious, most importantly. I'm going to go a little out of order of what you may think, and we're going to start by making the main entree first. I'm going to start that because it takes a little bit to get going, and then once it's off, it's going to need a little time to cook on the side. We'll do the other things. We're making, as our main entree, our main event, you've heard of Cocoon. I've done a couple episodes on it. We're doing Cocoon Blanc, which is a version of Cocoon, but with white wine instead of red. So let's get started.
Let's tell them, for those who don't know, what Cocoon
Cocoon.
is normally.
Okay. Yes, dear. Cocoon, if you don't know, if you've never watched our episodes on it, shame on you. You should. Cocoon is a chicken that's stewed in red wine. Traditionally, it's an old rooster, or what they used to call an old coq, C-O-Q, chicken, but an old rooster who was past his prime in his roostering days, but he would need a long stewing, low and slow, and they would do it in red wine with bacon and all kinds of herbs. It really was a French peasant dish, and it's perfectly delicious. And here in America, it's gotten elevated to this grand, what's the word I want, dear? Oh, hi, Wilma. Hello. Anyway, it's elevated to this fancy dish, and it really isn't. It's really delicious. So we're doing it with white wine instead. Now, this is not my recipe. I'm using this one as a guide because it seems pretty simple and you can do it allegedly in under an hour. So we'll see how this goes, and if we like it, we're going to do
Here's your answer.
a Cocoon Blanc. QR code system has already worked well. I wasn't sure where I had put the one box of black ornaments. I need it for a Dalmatian tree. Done the QR. What's that?
Hold on.
For a Dalmatian tree, done the QR code, has the search feature. Oh, that's awesome. That's excellent. All right. I'm going to put some heat on under this pan. On the low side. I'm going to put a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, of olive oil in. And as most good Cocoon recipes begin, this one does too, with some bacon. So I have 4 slices of bacon that I just cut into pieces or lardons. You could either do this with pancetta if you wanted, or if you have a good chunk of bacon, that would be even better. So we're going to let that get going. Give it a little stir. Turn the heat up, come on. Any other time you'd be sizzling already. Live TV.
And you'll find the recipe And the link to the original episode of the recipe, both in chat and the video description on YouTube.
For what, the cocktail or for my Coco
For the
Van?
cocktail.
Okay.
I will find the Coco Van.
Yeah, but this is different. This is slightly
I
different.
know that.
But I want to make sure they understand. But Coco Van is one of those great things that if you're having a dinner party, you can do it all in advance and it just sits in the oven and does all the work for you. And it's like really the easiest thing to do for a dinner party. Here we go. Now we're getting some sizzle. So we're going to let this fry up. This will take a few minutes. Let's bring over some of the other ingredients.
Why can I not find this? What? C-O-U-Q?
C-O-Q-A-U-V-I-N.
I
Three
found it,
words.
finally. Oh, we did it twice.
Yes. We've done lots of episodes twice because as we've learned more over the years, we go back sometimes and look at our original episodes and cringe, and then we redo them. Now this recipe is a little different from, say, my Coco Van recipe because mine you marinate the chicken in the wine overnight with various herbs and things. You don't do that here. You also dredge the chicken in flour. They don't call for it, so we'll see how this works out. I didn't want to just do my recipe and substitute white wine for red because I've never had this before. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But it doesn't use like thyme or bay leaves, and my recipe does, and I really want to add it, but we won't. We'll follow it along. I found this on the interwebs. It has a lot of good ratings, so we'll see. All right. We want this bacon to start getting a little crispy. And we want to start rendering some of its fat. What? Oh, okay. Oop, and there goes a cat. So I really thought that this was going to be a challenging episode, and it was, but it was also a fun episode to research. I had, a few years ago, an argument with a now former doctor. I had put on a couple pounds, and all my numbers were going up. So he started lecturing me about, you know, I know how you eat. You just eat white foods. You eat rice and pasta and bread and potatoes. And I said, no, I really don't. I probably eat too much, and I drink too much, and I take no exercise, but I don't exist on white food. We don't have bread with every meal. My husband would love to have bread with every meal, but we really don't.
Well, Facebook is definitely working because that's where Tim is.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Oh, here you go. Here's a nice compliment for you here.
I'm hosting Bridal Shower next week, and I'm using a lot of your drink recipes. Thank you, Janet. That's excellent.
Ooh, wait a minute. Drunk brides.
How fun. Well,
That
they're
could be-
supposed to be bridesmaids, you know.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
But better be drunk at Janet's house than, you know, like out at some restaurant or golf club or something where they're making a spectacle of themselves. Right, these are starting to crisp up, so I'm going to add an onion. This is one medium white onion. Put that in. And we're going to let it get soft. We don't need them to brown, but we get a little soft and translucent.
And with being home 2 weekends in a row now, looks like we have everything working correctly in the studio. From my meters, it looks like it all sounds good. Hopefully it is. We've got the kinks worked out with some of our cameras that haven't been used in months.
Yeah.
And since we're back in full production of video, Tuesdays for our members, Wednesdays for everybody else, things are kind of flowing along.
Yep. All right, these are starting to soften. Need a couple more minutes. But really, how hard is this? What have you done? I threw in some bacon in a pan with a little oil that I chopped up. Then I threw in a chopped up onion. It's not difficult. However, it smells wonderful down here. And how could it not, right? Onions and bacon frying up, sizzling away. So, let me get this bowl back. So yeah, I was having this argument with a doctor a few years ago. When I was researching the food for this one, everything looks and sounds great, guys. Oh, thank you, guys.
And while we're on that subject, Pepper Tree, your live streams are sounding really good with the new microphones.
Anyway, I kind of feel like white foods have gotten vilified or demonized even. Everyone's like, oh, you can't eat white bread, don't eat white rice, don't eat potatoes, blah, 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 blah. Well, I call shenanigans on all of it. I mean, yeah, if you're eating a whole loaf of white bread a day by yourself, then you probably deserve what you get. But people say brown rice is healthier than white rice. It's not that much healthier. You're not getting that much more fiber from that husk that's on it.
All right, I'll put both of us up for this one.
Okay. We've been on an 8-day civil rights tour, Arkansas, Mississippi. You go, Wilma. Bravo.
Yep. Down here in South Jersey, the LGBT community is really coming together.
Yeah.
And there's been some serious protests and things both here in South Jersey and 10 miles over in Philadelphia.
Yep. All right, I'm going to take this out. Now this bakey did not render as much fat as I would like, so I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this. And I'm going to try and get as much of these onions out as I can. Yeah, sorry dear, had to do it this way.
You did it too quick.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Live cooking. I don't have time to go. Okay, switch to the camera.
Live drinking.
Well, I don't want these onions to get too brown because it's Cocoon Blanc. It's supposed to be a lighter, brighter. Okay. Good enough. Right here. Now.
So let's pose the question here.
Just a tiny bit more oil.
Since this is all about foods that are white or light, tell us your favorite white food or white appearing food in
white
chat.
Anyway. I have some chicken thighs here. Now I've trimmed them up. The recipe calls for 8. I'm just doing 4 today. We're going to give these a little bit of salt and pepper. Oops. Let me get tongs so I don't touch them with my hands and upset people. And these are at room temperature. I took these out a little earlier. I'm going to give them some salt. And then guess what? Look. White pepper today.
Hold on.
I'm Italian, my husband's Cuban. If you tell us to stop eating bread and rice, you'll be getting a kick in the shins. Well, you know what, Mark? So my whole thing with, this whole nonsense about white foods, blah, blah, blah. Everything in moderation. We eat rice all the time. Not all the time, but, not every day. All right, I'm going to put this in skin side down. We'll turn it down a little bit. I'm getting some smoke here. I don't want this to burn or be icky and bitter. We're just going to brown this quickly. Salt and pepper the other side. You may think there's salt in the pan from the bacon. Not really. There's probably some bacon flavor, but not too much salt. You have to season your layers. But some of you are going to tell me that the pepper's going to sear and get bitter, and I don't find that true either. Maybe that's true in a restaurant, but most home cooks and cooktops don't get hot enough to really sear and burn pepper like that. Okay.
All right, so Wilma's asking.
What are we cooking? So, Wilma, we are cooking Cocoon Blanc. Now, Cocoon is chicken stewed in red wine, so we're going to be stewing this chicken in white wine instead. And hopefully it's going to be delicious. This is not my recipe. but it's similar enough.
Well, other than normally you would be soaking the chicken overnight, in a bag in the refrigerator, and you did not do that for this.
Right, and my recipe calls for more herbs than this one does. All right, so we have some golden brown on here. Not too much, but we have a nice little brownage on there. We'll flip it over. And I can already tell you I'm not doing this the exact same way the recipe is, so oh well. It smells wonderful though. I think this is promising. I think this is going to be, we may be eating a lot of Cocoon Blanc here in the next few weeks. Now that we're home, we closed camp this weekend.
Well,
and,
mostly.
Mostly. We'll do the final stuff next Saturday, but yeah, camping season is over, and we're sad, but we're glad to be home. It's a great season, but it's time. That's good. A little too good. I was going to do Velveteen Lounge kitchen tuning in. Paul here says Kelly is working. Coco Vaughn sounds fab in this kitchen. Yes! Maybe I'll make it for you when you come visit. All right, another minute or so.
And for you people in the New Jersey, New York area, Velveteen Kitchen Lounge is doing a meetup in Sardi's on October 11th for dinner and cocktails. So if you're interested, check in here or check in at Velveteen Lounge to join us. I know there's 4 or 5 of us. We're actually going to take a hotel because I'm sure we're going to get a little blitzed along with them.
All right. Sorry, my glass is empty. I'll be good and switch to wooder. Tell I was born and raised. Wooder. Born and raised in South Jersey. All right, so these are getting brown on the bottom side. I'm gonna pull this out for a minute. We're not done yet. I'm actually gonna try and heat up a tiny bit. That's pretty good. I'm going to add some mushrooms, which is traditional in regular Cocoon. And I have a container, 12 ounces.
Nice and white.
Of white mushrooms. You can use cremini, but I wanted the plain white button mushrooms. Right in this pan. Spread them out a bit. Again, a little bit of salt. Get their juices flowing. And then I'm going to add some garlic. This is 4 cloves that I sliced. You can do more, you can do less, but garlic is also very traditional in a lot of French cooking, but in Cocoon. Hit this with some white pepper, and we'll give it a stir. We're going to let these cook for a few minutes till they start to brown and render down their liquid. Now, I know it seems like the pan is dry and they soaked up all that oil. It's okay, because they're going to start releasing that water in a minute. When everyone gets to my house for the party, keys collect, it's known drives drunk, they can sleep here or Uber. Oh, that's great, Janet. Yeah.
Very similar to what we do.
Yeah, when we have our Halloween party, there's, even though we only have 2 spare bedrooms and they're always booked, we have plenty of places.
We have hotels and Ubers all lined up.
Right, and we have couches and air mattresses that there are people that we won't even let Uber. There have been years where it's gotten a little out of control and we've just said no, and we tuck them in on a couch or something. I like the sound of those white mushrooms as part of this recipe. Well, yeah, to keep it all on the white theme. And I keep adjusting heat on this because this is a butane burner. And it burns a little hotter than, say, my gas stove upstairs. So, as many years as I've been using these things, I still find that I have to watch the heat carefully.
Well, while you're doing that,
While I'm doing that,
let's take a little bit of a commercial break.
Okay.
Ready to spice up your style? Discover exclusive shirts, aprons, and accessories inspired by your favorite show. And every purchase supports the channel. Visit our store today at shop.letscelebrate.tv. And let's celebrate every meal in style.
And he didn't make it back in time.
Wah, wah. Just opening the windows, get a little smoky down here. These are starting to moisten up.
We do cauliflower steaks on the grill. I cut them like 2 inches thick and grill them, and they're amazing. Oh wait, I forget I can do it this way now.
You can do it what way? That's right, you can.
I forgot about that little feature.
Yeah, see that? All right. I would normally let this go a little more.
But it's supposed to be white.
It's supposed to be white. And they're starting to shrink down, which is just what I wanted. So, what happens next? I'm going to add this chicken back in. I'm just going to nestle it right on top of those mushrooms. We're kind of in between them. And all of the juices. Why not? I'm going to put the bacon and onion mixture back in.
Look at me, I'm keeping up with you today.
Good bear. See that?
It's good to be home again.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I like the stuff that B&H explains us to broadcast from camp, but it's nowhere as good as this.
Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, I guess I should go on me so they can't
That's
see
why I'm
me
like,
sneeze.
no, too late, dear. They saw me sneeze. Into my elbow, not across the thing. All right, now, I'm going to cut the heat. Why? Because we're going to add some wine. So when you're adding alcohol, you don't want to have the heat on it. I have here one of our favorite dry white wines, a Sauvignon Blanc. You really want to do this with a dry white wine and make it one that you'll drink. If you don't like dry white wine, well, you could use a Chardonnay. Chardonnays can be dry, but go on the drier side. At least a Pinot Grigio, but a Sauvignon Blanc can be better. This is one of our favorites. I know some of you wine snobs out there are like, oh, Fogo, blah,
Oh,
blah,
here we
blah.
go.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to pour about 2/3 of this bottle in. About like that. Maybe a little less than 2/3 because it's only for chickies. I'm going to bring this up to the boil and then I'm going to put it over on the side and we're going to let it simmer. And now we have white wine to drink too, even though it might be room temperature, but just saying, dear. So actually, let me move this over now and I'll put it on the other burner and it can just simmer. And it's going to need to simmer for about 40 minutes or so.
But white wine would
okay, I got
would taste 53%
yes,
better.
dear, but let me move this first, please. Please.
It would taste 53% better in Blendora's glasses.
73% better.
Okay, 73%, even better. Pour.
What, let me do this first. Maybe I'll go back to camp. All right, we're going to turn this down. I'm going to put a lid on it. And we're just going to let it simmer away and cook. Let's see if I can get the lid out.
He's kind of in his own world right now because he's discovered that we didn't realize we had 2 extra burners at camp. So now there's 3 of them down here.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got 3 of them on rolling carts. So it's kind of getting out of control.
It's great. I've got burners over here, over there, behind me, over on the other side. Yeah, it's great.
Now we just need a real oven.
Someday, mon petit. Behind me, we have some mashed potatoes keeping warm. Another white food. So before we start cooking next, let's
Are we in warm mode over there?
Yes, dear.
Okay.
All right, here's your wine. Glendora would prefer it from a box, but that's okay. And it tastes 73% better.
Thank you, Velveteen Lounge Kitchen.
Now our viewers are like, let's watch Pete and Phil get
You
hammered.
know what? Even warm, it's still pretty good.
Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm still nursing my Cosmo here.
Amateur. Let's talk about some white foods, shall we? Now, I told you, I was trying to tell you earlier about the argument I had with my former doctor. And white foods have really gotten demonized. Agreed. Yeah. Anytime, guys. Anytime, Paul. White foods can really be healthy too. And I have a selection here. Of course, there's cauliflower. Who doesn't like cauliflower? And this does come in other colors. There's purple, green, orange, yellow, but white is what we're used to seeing. Then, I did find these cute little white pumpkins. These aren't edible, unfortunately, but they're just so cute. I had to have them for today.
And we might need them for tomorrow.
No, I have.
Oh, didn't you just...
Yes, let's watch Pete and Phil get hammered.
Wait a minute. In the spirit of true honesty, before we started this episode, because we missed out at our campground,
So
there might have been
back that up.
might have
At
been
our campground, we have friends who on Friday and Saturday nights, or if they're in camp, they're doing it, but usually Friday and Saturday nights, they host shots. So when you go to their site at a predetermined time, we all sit around, they have a menu, many bottles, and they go through them, and then they'll go, okay, Phil, you're first, what do you want? And he'll go, okay, I want the blueberry vodka. And then they'll ask everyone, there's usually 10 or 12 of us, who wants blueberry vodka? 1, 2, 3, okay, 3 people get that. And they go around until everyone gets their shot. And then we all do a toast and we do our shots. And usually it's 4 rounds. But the past few weeks, it's been like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds.
No, it was 7 rounds.
We've gone up to 9.
But we always finish with tequila.
Well, we do. So tonight, before we started today, and it's also white food, technically, we might have had a shot of tequila in honor of our friends. Anyway.
With hot sauce.
Okay, dear. Can it be back? Thank you. So back to me. We're headed to our last museum on this tour. Enjoy the rest of the live. When you get to Dorian Sweets, watch the rest, okay? All right. Take care, Wilma. Thank you. So, white foods, cauliflower, and my little white pumpkins. Then we have rice. Now, this is not any rice. This is arborio rice, which is a short grain, and it's very starchy. This is what you make risotto. And I'm using this because it's what I had. But, you know, all the rices, whether it's medium grain or long grain or jasmine, they get demonized because, oh, they're processed and they're no good for you. And that's just not true. In moderation.
So here's something to think about. If rice is so bad, and rice is the primary food of Asian cultures, whether it be Japanese or Chinese, the cultures in general are not obese.
Right.
Okay, so that argument goes right out the window.
Right. Okay. Moving on. This one you might find controversial. You're probably wondering, what is it? This is potato flakes. Yes, instant mashed potatoes. I always keep these in the house. To make mashed potatoes out of them? No. However, you need to thicken a soup or a stew. This is a great way to do it because they're just dehydrated potatoes. If you can find a brand that is just dehydrated potatoes and not all the other stuff that they put in it. But I always keep this around. Next, of course, is a little controversial for Phil. And this is tofu. This is extra firm tofu. I was actually going to cook some of this, but I had a little PTSD. I used to have a roommate 100 years ago, and he would do 2 things. The first thing he would do is he would buy extra firm tofu and fry it in oil, and it would stink up the house. And he would say, it tastes just like popcorn, and it didn't. It just tasted like greasy, crunchy, nothing. He would also cook a lot of jasmine rice. Asian culture doesn't have to be in abundance of process. Exactly, Ben. Yes, I hear you. All right, that'll stay warm in there. But I like tofu. Phil doesn't, but I'll find something to do with this. I'm not going to throw it out.
I took a sample of it.
You did, and it really doesn't have any flavor alone, but you've probably seen these little cubes if you've gotten miso soup. So it's soybean curd. But this is a great thing because it's a sponge and it soaks up other flavors that you're cooking with. But
I would assume that's what a lot of my brother eats since he's vegetarian only.
I thought he was a vegan.
Possibly. I haven't spoken to him in 8 years.
Well, he wasn't a vegan, nor was his wife. When we took Kevin to the library steakhouse for his graduation, if you recall...
Well, that's 20 years ago.
It was not 20 years ago that Kevin graduated college, dear. All right, let's do some more cooking, shall we? Am I allowed, dear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're going to put together...
Kevin says vegetarian.
Okay. What else, McGibbs? I'm sure he eats more than tofu, dear.
And just a note, there's 28 people watching
Wow.
between YouTube and Facebook. Spend a minute and hit the like button. It makes a big difference to help the channel.
So, Kevin, where are you? Are you at the shore?
There we go.
Are you helping your other sister-in-law? Like, what's going on? We haven't seen you guys. I know next weekend you're booked, but where are you today? Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Pepper Tree. All right, so we're going to put together a little snacky tray, a little first course appetizer tray. And I'm going to start by doing some cooking. I have a little nonstick frying pan here. And get the heat on. Turn it down. And again, a little bit of oil. Just a little. Boop. We're going to let that heat up. But I have, under the guise of white foods, I found these little cute dumplings. These are, I think, garlic and cilantro and something filled. They're totally vegetarian. Actually, I think they're vegan, but they're delicious. And we're just going to saute them, get them a little brown, but it still counts as a white food.
Ah, Hank knows of this. This is how we learned how to drink tequila because we hated it and we couldn't get past the burn.
Hot shot the next day, depending on the quality drank. Yes. Well, yeah, and we were not tequila fans until our friend Michael last summer or this summer?
Last summer.
Last summer introduced us to Milagro. And that started us on this journey of tequila. And now we are becoming tequila aficionados. And I hate that because I don't want to like tequila, and I really do. Anyway, while this heats up, let's start assembling our other little snacky tray parts. So I have a bunch of cheeses here. And none of these flavors really go together if you think about it, except that it's all white food. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. I have a little tray here that is not white because I want to show off what we're doing. This is the sauce for the dumplings. Let me put this over here. We're going to start with, I found some white cheeses. This is Iberico. And this is a blended cow's, sheep, and goat's milk cheese. And it's a harder cheese. It's really nice. This is one of my favorites. And I didn't want to have them opened for you beforehand because I wanted to show you the labels. Normally I would have had it all opened. But you can see how beautifully white that is. And it has a rind on it, it has a brown, but this is perfectly edible. So we'll put that on the tray. The next cheese is also Mexican. This is Blanco, which means white. And this is a Mexican cheese, queso blanco. It's creamy and soft and mild. Now you can put this on soups and stews and it will get all melty and delicious. You can melt it down into a dip like queso blanco. But I thought we would just eat it like this. I've had this before and it's perfectly delicious. It's very mild and creamy.
Just making sure everyone knows.
Yes. Now I'm going to cut this into little bite-sized pieces. Quickly as I can anyway. Into little cubage.
Why, you in a rush?
Yeah, because we've been going for 45 minutes and I've got hardly anything done.
How's the chickie doing?
I'll check it in a moment.
Well, we've been doing about an hour and 15 for the last
we've
few
been going
weeks.
over, so
And
I'm
people
okay
are getting
with that.
used to it. but we're not certainly not going to be doing 2 hours.
No.
We'll leave that reserved for Velveteen Lounge.
So, big hunks here. That's okay. And I'm going to taste this right now. This is really good. It's softer than the Iberico. It's almost like a mozzarella. It's a little salty. It's firmer. It's not as soft as like a soft cheese like a brie or a Port Salut, but it's softer. It's creamy. Like I said, a little salt. It's delicious. I really like it. And then, of course, there's good old goat cheese. No one has a favorite white food?
I'm queuing them up. We have 8 so far.
Okay.
I'll wait till we get to 10 and then I'll play them back.
Okay. Now, it doesn't get much whiter than that. Of course, you know goat cheese. It's spreadable. It's tangy. Quite often, it might have fruit on it. Let's put our dumplings in to saute. Can I fit them all in? Maybe. Just. All right. Next up is one of my favorites, which is burrata. Now, burrata is a derivative of mozzarella, and it's mozzarella cheese that is filled with shreds of mozzarella that's soaked in cream. So when you break these balls of cheese open, they have this creamy, rich interior. It's not quite liquid, but almost. Quite often, it is made with truffles. So if you don't like truffles, you might not like it. But not all burrata has truffles in it. Oh, that's outside, I'm hearing. And kind of like fresh mozzarella, it comes in brine. So, it comes like that. And this is what they look like. A big ball, and it's very soft. So I'm going to put one of these right here.
I forgot I had this camera.
Okay. Let's check these little dumplings because I don't want them to burn. Oh, perfect. I'll give them a quick little...
So they're white with a little bit of pale color.
Well, you know, it started out as a white food. Some foods start out different color and they turn white. Like, for example, pork starts out pink, and when you cook it, what does it do? It turns white. I just want a little golden on them. All right, let me bring this back here. So I've got my hard cheese, super soft cheese, medium cheese. We're going to put these guys over here. Maybe I'll put them back on the plate.
I'll put them on there and stuff some crackers between it all.
Well, that's just it too. I have some crackers.
All right, well, while you're doing that, let me play back
Okay.
all of the white foods that people like.
Okay, I have some white cheddar crackers. Coconut, very good. Me too, Suzanne. And we have some coconut for the future. Queso dip. All right.
All right, and then we have
Baked potato or mashed potatoes, sure.
Love Me My Baked Potatoes.
You love any potatoes. Chicken
I know,
thighs.
chicken thighs. White protein, cod, halibut, chicken, and turkey.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yep. And then cauliflower with every meal from Mark. White.
We like cauliflower. White, pale, or beige food. Kelly makes great mashed potatoes, which would in fact complement the coq au vin. Well, I've got some mashed potatoes in there. White cheese and cauliflower. And what white cheeses are there besides these? I mean, there's mozzarella,
And
there's
Dixie
American
says you
cheese.
can't beat roast
That's
pork.
right. Hi, Dixie and Phil.
And Ben's got popcorn.
Oh,
That's
sure.
a good mix.
I had wondered about that, but our popcorn is yellow because it has the butter stuff on it. Ooh, get that away from the rock.
And just to thank you to note that Ben is also a member of our channel.
Yep.
Oh, Suzanne says feta.
Oh, feta. Yep, feta's another one. Absolutely. And then I have some white cheddar crackers. We're just gonna sprinkle in and out around and make it messy and full. And
If you haven't figured it out, when we're done, it's cocktail hour on the porch. So
Yes.
we'll be eating this with a nice, wonderful Manhattan.
or I think I might want to stay white and have a T10 martini.
Oh yeah, we haven't had T10 in a while.
And since someone brought us, thank you, Brad, a bottle of T10. So now we have this little white snacky tray. But I'm going to put it aside.
It's boring colors, but it's tasty looking.
Well, it's not that boring.
All right, while you do that,
I'm going to check the chicken.
let me do a little bit of business.
Okay.
Get ready to sprinkle some extra fun into your viewing experience because we're thrilled to announce the launch of Let's Celebrate TV YouTube channel memberships. This is an amazing way for you to show your support for the channel and help us continue creating all the delicious content you love. First up, we have the Spice Rack for just $3.99 a month. This level adds a dash of excitement with exclusive loyalty badges and emojis, priority reply to your comments, early access to new videos before anyone else sees them, behind-the-scenes photos and status updates, and members-only polls where your voice helps shape our content. Next, let's stock up with the pantry staples at $6.99 a month. This tier includes all the perks from the Spice Rack, plus exclusive members-only shorts, special member shout-outs in our live streams, a direct personal email to the hosts for a more intimate connection, discounted merchandise so you can show off your Let's Celebrate TV pride for less. And for those who want to truly get in the kitchen with us, we present the Sous Chef for $14.99 a month. This premium level includes every perk from the previous tiers and adds special members-only videos, quarterly Zoom meet and greet socials. Imagine hanging out with us face-to-face, a personalized birthday video to make your special day even brighter, and the exciting opportunity for recipe and video ideas collaboration help us decide what to whip up next. Joining is easy. Just click the Join button right below this video to explore all the details and become a member today. So, what are you waiting for? Come join our inner circle and let's celebrate together even more.
And we're back. You always catch me taking a drink, eating a snack, wiping my nose, something I'm not supposed to do. I just checked our chicken. First of all, it's smelling really, really good. It's almost there. They're at 160. We want to go to like 165, 170. Just a few more minutes. We'll let them rest. And then we're going to start plating them up. So what have we done so far? I have a bottle of OTOCH Mayan Reserve Especial Tequila 100% Agave Azul, which costs, is that back?
Come on. There we go.
Way too much when I use on special occasions. Yes, we brought our friends over the last 2 weeks, our friend Michael, 2 bottles of very special tequila. One was 171 bottles, the other was $74 a bottle. And neither bottle survived the night, and they were both delicious, but very different.
But the fact that we have actually learned to taste differences instead of the, oh, I'm going to get to 1800 or whatever, and the stuff that just get people drunk. This is quality stuff that has a real taste.
One of them was very, very smooth and clean and refreshing and just wonderful agave. I guess it's an agave flavor. It's just wonderful. The other, so one was a reposado and the other was something else.
Anaro.
The reposado was smoky and oaky and complex, and there were layers of flavor, but also very, very smooth and wonderful.
Okay, honey, you've been given an order here?
Yes, dear. You make a Manhattan or I'm not coming over. We have lots of good Manhattan makings. We have several ryes here now. Redemption. Do you want me to mix them in?
And many of the people at our campground, because it was the last cocktail hour 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
brought us very nice gifties with the specific idea that it's not to be shared and we're supposed to not open it until we
Yeah.
take them home from camp.
Yeah.
So we've just started opening them. So
Like the Tanqueray
yay.
We have some Redemption Rye over there. We have some Woodford Reserve. We have some Maker's Mark if you want bourbon.
We have some Bullet Rye.
We have not too much Bullet Rye. And I kind of feel like Bullet's kind of getting common. Anyway.
All right, well, hold on. It's always important that we support our other
Yes.
channels and our friends. So let's see what they're doing this week.
And we're back. Now, my chicky is done. We're going to let it rest. I took the lid off. We're just going to let it kind of sit and hang out. And someone, Janet, I think, mentioned coconut. So we have a dessert. I didn't make it. However, I went to the dreaded ShopRite. One of our ShopRites has an amazing bakery. I just don't like them. But anyway, they had these cute little, this is a lemon coconut cake. And I thought this is the perfect size for me and Phil because we don't eat a lot of desserts. It'd be better if we had someone else here to help us eat it, but...
So this will be interesting.
Totally
We're going
white.
to have Manhattans, which is a dark brown, with a wonderful white cheese tray, and we're going to have a little bit of white cake before we even eat our dinner. Yay!
Well, I think next week we'll have Manhattans on air. I think tonight the T10 is yearning.
Oh, here we go.
What? House Tequila at the lounges are the El Humidor or Camarinha Resposado. Both great mixers and affordable. Also quite sippable if I were to splurge a little.
I got to change this to hold it up longer.
Yeah. If I were to splurge a little, I get one of the Centenarios. Very nice. Okay, sure. What were the two that we bought besides the Milagro? What was that other one?
Casamigo.
Casamigo, okay. All right, shall we do some plating of this stuff?
Well, yes, since we've been doing all these episodes where we finish with an entire menu. So,
Okay. So what do we have first? We have our white-themed snacky tray, some white cheeses, white crackers, mostly white dumplings. I'm going to taste one of these right now.
I want to cut open the
The burrata.
burrata, watch
I
it
will.
drool.
This is quite tasty. Why are you coming over here? Ooh, they're
Because
spicy.
I'm all the way back there and I don't get to taste
These are
anything.
spicy. What are you looking for? Oh,
That's good.
yeah. So I will cut out, you want to zoom in, I'll cut open the
I'm only
burrata.
3 feet away from him, but it feels like when he's cooking, I don't get to see it.
Or taste it ever. So you want to zoom in and we'll cut open this burrata? All right. So burrata, when you cut it open, look, it's hard to see white on white, but that ooey gooey filling inside. That's our snacky tray. Let's plate the main event. I'm going to do a black plate. I have in the oven behind me little mashed potatoes that I've been keeping warm. There's what I want. Right in the center. But
Here's a wonderful plug from Paul.
of course, a pair of Manhattans is never out of place. Easily one of the top 3 we mix up all the time. Remember the Manhattan Project, folks. You saw it right here at LCTV. Yes, that was a fun, fun day. And I think our livers are still recovering. But that's okay. Now, okay. Oh, let's bring this over.
Oops. Did the same one twice. There we go.
Okay. Can you zoom in on this?
Hold on. Have to give our friends credit.
Yeah. How does that look? It has potential to me. So we'll see how it tastes. But it looks nice and it's kind of white and light colored. So let's, here are my tongs. Let's take chicky thigh. Come on now. Come on, really? All right. Be that way. Be that way. There we go. Right on top of these potatoes. And then, my favorite thing, we're going to spoon over the top these mushrooms and onions and bacon and some of this wonderful sauce that's in there. Now, I don't know if this sauce should be thicker. The recipe makes it seem like it's just this. But to me, I think I might make it a little thicker. That's good. But let's get some of this on here. So it soaks up in those potatoes. If I were especially clever, I would have had some, thank you Janet, chopped up parsley. We'll sprinkle that would make it look pretty. So we have our appetizers, our main event. You could pair this with any vegetable, string beans, peas, or just have it as it is. It has mushrooms and onions in it. But if you want a little more color. I can smell this on my screen. And of course our little coconut cake. Let's give this Coco Von Blanc a taste. Because I really
Can you
think...
turn the board 90 degrees, please? There you go.
Goodness, you want everything.
I do. Now pull the plate there. That's
Yes, dear.
it.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. I get it.
You know, it's...
Yes, dear. They get it. They can see it. It's fine. It's not a glamorous shot. Okay?
Yes, it is.
You're silly. All right. I want to taste this chicken, if you don't mind. Is that okay? Hello. See, sometimes...
Do I get some?
No.
Well, then you can't taste it online.
Well, I'm going to anyway. There's a whole other plate here, dear. This will probably be our dinner.
Right. So I'll be down here in the corner bugging you while you cut that.
That's fine.
Or as in the last live stream, they say, I am doing ASL.
That's fine, dear. American Sign Language. You do you, boo. So I'm just going to cut this open. Little piece there. Some potatoes. I want to taste this sauce, so let's see. Okay. It's hot. There's potential here. I taste a lot of bacon and bacon.
See, I'm thinking it needs to be marinated
I do too.
all overnight in the white wine like you would do with red
herbs.
wine and Cocoon.
Yep. But there's great potential here. It's actually nice. The chicken's perfectly cooked and very moist. It has light flavor. You really taste the chicken and the mushrooms. But I do think it needs some herbage, some thyme, some bay leaves. You do get a little bit of garlic. But that's the perfect wine, that Sauvignon Blanc. And it's nice with the potatoes, too.
And remember to stop into Pepper Tree Live, Mondays 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern. They are in full Christmas mode.
Yes, they are.
They've got 55 trees to put up. And on Wednesdays, a nice 2-hour cocktail hour. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We can all get drunk together watching them.
Not that we've ever. So yes, this is tasty. There's great potential here.
Never.
All right. So what's coming up next year? All right. Next week we are plating with pops for new cooks. So we did a plating episode a few weeks ago, but we're going to be doing some more plating with all of this colorful food that we've done over the past few weeks. And I've learned some new plating techniques. But we'll rehash and revisit some of the old ones too, because some of them are just classic and they're good skills to have. What else is coming up next? So we are back to our regular episodes coming out, where there will be cocktails and regular dishes, appetizers, main events, desserts. I think our next one is a pumpkin and sage risotto. That should be very tasty. I've made it a lot. And it's not, let me stand at the stove for 45 minutes stirring and adding a drop of liquid at a time. It goes a little faster. That's perfectly delicious. Arnie, Doug, and I are on vacation next week. Oh, that's nice. Are you going somewhere, or are you just Christmasing? Anything else, dear? Or shall we wrap it up?
I think we're in wrap-up mode.
Okay. Oh, we only went, what, 5, 6, 7 minutes over. All right. Back to you, dear.
Yep. Get comfortable here so I can read these. And thanks to our sous chef members, Ben at PTV, Hank Miner, Kevin, and Em, and our staple members, Mark Mariniello, I got it right that time, Melissa Ann, our Spice Rack, all of our supporters, our business friends of ARH and Road and B&H, and everyone here in chat today.
And on Facebook.
Our members will see the video on Tuesdays. Everyone else will get them on Wednesday.